Hey everybody, Bob Babbitt here. Welcome back to Breakfast with Bob. We are brought to you by Velofix, Polar, UCAN, Active, Premium Plus Sports Travel, Le Siecle Restaurant at Hotel West End. And we are in beautiful Nice, France. Our guest, silver medalist from 2017 70.3 World Championships, Emma Pallant. Emma, how are you doing?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I love it. And we got a nice view. And
Stunning.
So take me back. Running, growing up, was it always track or was mainly cross country? What was it?
Yeah, I kind of, so when I was really little,
Yeah.
I did all sports. And then it was my run coach that said, if you want to be good at one, you kind of
Gotta choose something.
Got to choose, yeah. And it was kind of cool with running. You can do a bit of everything. You can do the track, you can do the road, cross country. Sometimes I get lobbed in for high jump. I think they only ever asked me to throw the discus once.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of just did a bit of everything, but I loved endurance running. That was my thing.
And you were thinking about Olympics, 2008, 2012.
Yeah.
Both those were, and when I look at your PRs, 409 for 1500 and 1335 for 5K and 3333 for 10K. That's the real deal. How close did you get to the Olympics?
Yeah, it was probably maybe 2008 was the closest.
Was the best year, yeah.
I kind of, we were told we had to miss the senior trials because the junior world champs were on at the same time.
Yes.
So me and my best friend and training partner were racing the 1500, and basically they said if one of you gets a medal, we'll take you as well as the first two seniors in the trials.
Right.
And we both got a medal, but she came first and I came third. So,
oh my God! So
yeah.
you got a bronze medal.
Yeah.
You knew if you got a medal, you'd go, unless your best
she
buddy
betted
she got you. So she got to go.
Yeah, which was like, hey, if anyone else is going to go, then I was happy for her. So helped her train up for it instead. And I'd say that was pretty close.
Yes, about as close as you can get. Did that put you in a position? So then that was 08?
Yeah, 2008.
But so you stayed on board to try to go for 2012.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of had more of a fire in my belly. I thought it would just be a super positive thing.
Yeah.
I kind of still got to experience the whole thing, helping her prepare for it.
Right.
And yeah, I was so pumped, maybe a little bit too motivated, overtrained a bit, and had a bad knee surgery in 2010. Which, yeah, then I was up and down. I had really good results, then was off injured again, and yeah, kind of yo-yoed.
When did triathlon come into your world?
Probably the day of the Olympic trials. I dropped out of the race with just my knee had blown up, and yeah, I was in pain and really just in a bad way. And,
questioning why you were doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and even if I could run, if I should be running. And my mentor, Kelly Holmes, so she had a charity, and she was like, hey, you're swimming and biking, focus on that to keep fit, and then when you're ready, do a triathlon for my charity.
So it was really a charity thing.
Yeah.
That got you into it. And you were going to do, was it a sprint race, sort of a short race type of thing?
Yeah, so it was the London Triathlon, which
is
Olympic distance. And I kind of, was going to do it for her charity. And then they looked at my name on the entry list and they're like, oh, we're going to put you in the elite race.
You're like, I've never done the swim and ride before.
Yeah, I quickly roped in Michelle Dillon, who I literally wore her wetsuit and raced on her bike.
Because she had a background as a runner and became a triathlete.
Yeah, so she literally, it was probably a week and a half crash course that she gave me in triathlon.
Wait, you had a week and a half of training and you're entered in the elite race and you've never done a triathlon before. And then you just go and get yourself a good coach.
Yeah.
And how'd the race go?
So Daniela won.
Yeah.
And I think I had, a crazy bad swim. And then
what a surprise that is, since you haven't done it before. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Shocker.
And that wetsuit type of thing might have been. Yeah. I was like, what am I?
And in the Thames, I was a bit like, oh, this is a little bit dirty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just biked. Okay, I guess just went hard and then ran through to sixth. So yeah, I was.
So you ran your way into sixth place in your first ever triathlon. I hate you underachiever type of people. All of a sudden it's not a problem at all. So you're doing at that point, did you decide to get into sort of the Olympic formats and think about the Olympics for triathlon?
Yeah, I think so at the start that was the goal. and the federation obviously were based, like we were down in London, and there was a lot going on in Leeds and things, and I got some okay results. Like they said, you need to come top 10 in a WTS. I came 10th at Cape Town, but still, hey, there were so many girls and a lot of people investing in the squad side of things. So we kind of decided maybe, especially with my swim, that long distance might be
a little better.
Thing.
You're a little too far behind. So it wasn't hard to find your bike when you came out of the water?
No.
It's like, oh, there it is. It's by itself, and everybody else is gone. Where's everybody? So making that transition from. Also, I was reading the thing that you nicknamed a Little Miss Bump, where you fall down a lot.
Yeah, I say that accidents follow me, but I'm sure I do something to bring them on. But I've run into lampposts, I've been hit by cars, I've been, and a lot running. Like it's not always on the bike. I just will. I
sort
get in my
zone out. You got to zone out.
Do.
And you sort of,
yeah.
So that's why the track was probably better. It's hard to trip over there unless you hit a hurdle or something.
Yeah. I've had a few domestics with my training partner Stu Hayes for being in the tunnel, but they put me on the treadmill quite a lot, so that seems to work.
Well, but I think he was hit by a deer when he was on his bike, so he can't be making fun of you anymore.
Exactly, I call it karma.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So ITU, 30 starts, 5 podiums, 3 wins, right? Something in that ballpark. And when did you make that decision that, okay, I'm going to go a little longer?
I think it was back in, I'd say about 3. I feel like I've been doing it 3 years.
Yeah.
My first World Champs was 2017, so maybe 2016 we started.
And did you like it right away? The longer, because your whatever the skill that you have on the bike can show through, right? It's not like the ITU races where there's a lot of people sitting in and getting big groups getting off the bike together. This is you against the course.
Yeah, for sure. I think like pacing and nutrition were massive. So my first ever race, we went out to Brazil. We just thought, it'll be nice conditions. It was hot.
Oh, yeah.
With the K to go, I was in the lead, had, I think, a 5-minute lead or something, and, literally passed out on the course.
Oh, my God.
That was my first experience.
You're like, oh, this is great. I love this.
Yeah. I came round, walked the last K, came about 6th or something, but, Michelle came to me in the medical tent. I think she was expecting me to say, this isn't for me. And I was like, wow, that was so much fun.
So you dug it.
I loved it.
It was great up until the part where I ended up on the ground.
Yeah, but even so, I just felt like you found your body's limitations.
You pushed yourself as hard as you could because you hadn't had that before. That's pretty cool, when that sort of self-discovery, when you realize that in this sport, I can push myself maybe more than I did in other sports. Yeah,
and it was more about, me. It was more about yourself. You're in that deep, dark place, and it doesn't matter what pack you made or what.
Right.
Yeah, it was you.
Very cool. So the breakthrough race, though, was 2017. Was it Chattanooga?
Yes.
Chattanooga. Yeah. Oh, and you've been to Chattanooga before?
No, never. Never.
And take me through that race a little bit, because getting a silver medal at the World Championships, that changes a lot in terms of people's perception, and not only people's perception, so your own perception.
Yeah, I definitely think, so like I said, up till that point, kind of when I was doing the races around Europe, it less mattered where you were in a pack.
Right.
But I soon discovered in the real top races, a lot is to do with the swim.
Yes.
And I just happened to have, we really worked on it, really focused on it, and we did Penticton.
Yes.
And whilst we were out there was a beautiful lake that we did so much open water swimming in.
It's a beautiful, Penticton is great.
Yeah, lovely. And I just think it helped my swim, and it really brought things along, and we prepared really well for it. And I just had this swim of my life, and it just put me in that position where suddenly the bike, I didn't feel like I was all out skin,
right.
I just felt like, I'm in control here. And then I got off for the run, and the same thing. All day it was just one of those magical days where you just feel like you're floating, and it was a really good experience.
Now, how did that change things for you when you all of a sudden, when you're a silver medalist, more sponsors can come into the picture, and more support and more confidence?
Yeah, definitely. I think I was in the really fortunate position to already be with BMC.
Right.
I was in a really good place with them, and just for them to have the belief, for me it was more of a way of saying thank you, and I had this amazing support around me, and I didn't feel like, I felt like I needed a really big result to kind of justify all of that, and be thankful to people.
So 2018, Ironman Austria, third.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but similar to your first 70.3, right? Because you're leading,
Yeah.
and then you end up third. But you're leading with what, 10K to go.
Yeah, again, that was a really challenging day, but one of those days where, like, I'm proud. I'm proud of
Absolutely.
what I managed. I made some massive mistakes, but I think you've got to learn that way. And I kind of knew that Ironman, perhaps, just the way that my body is, and I fainted a lot when I was little from I sweat a lot, and I push my body a lot, and if it's had enough, it just shuts down.
It shuts down.
So
it's not like there's a warning. All of a sudden, you just shut down.
Yeah, and I kind of so I had this on the bike when I was out doing a tough session in Lanzarote, and then I got to a descent, and same thing, I just passed out.
That's out while you're riding a bike?
Yeah,
That's
which
not
is a
good.
bit more. Yeah, I broke my shoulder, and that's when I took things a bit more seriously, and we really prepared for this race, but still didn't quite get the feedback that we were hoping that my body would respond a bit better.
And you were in Kona last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one do you remember much about that?
Yeah. I remember in transition in T2.
You were there
same
a while.
thing. Yeah, just waking up and having everyone look down at you, and it's just one of those crazy experiences of. But I was so dead set. I was like, I'm gonna finish this race, and it just wasn't to be. I kind of was
How
out
far
on
did
the
you
run.
get on the run?
I think I was about maybe 10K in.
Yeah.
And I saw my team manager, and he was like, "What are you doing? You could do a few more races, and you're not proving anything by just walking around." So.
Well, and the deal is you sort of know the course now when you come back.
Yeah.
This year. It's not an issue. The difference between racing the half and it's really in a very short period of time, you've gone from Olympic to 70.3 to full, pretty much overnight. How tough has the transition been especially from 70.3 to full?
Yeah, I think training-wise, it hasn't changed a great deal because I was kind of, without knowing it, our mileage is pretty high. Like I just respond really well to a lot of training. So not a lot changed training-wise.
Right.
But yeah, just racing-wise, I'm not sure. I'm one of those people that really loves to race, and with 70.3, you can do a couple
You can
more
race
of
more
them.
of them. But that's the thing, is people now are racing 70.3s like they're on the ITU circuit, right? They're doing 6, 7, 8. That's a half marathon. You're running a half marathon. If someone told you back in your track and field days that you're going to run 6, 7, 8 half marathons in a year, you would tell them, forget about it.
Yeah, my old coach would be laughing me out the door.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you start mixing it. I'll do a couple of Ironmans too. So I'll do a couple of marathons and I'll do 5 or 6 or 7 70.3s. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's that real hard balance of you only know if you push it. So where does my body respond well to a lot of racing?
Yes.
And then where am I just like
Over the
not
edge.
getting the real good results that I want when it's too much. So
Have you been here training much?
I came with my boyfriend back in July, I
Okay.
think. We just did a little course recce, and then literally we flew in last night.
What do you think of the course? It's so unique, right?
Amazing. Yeah, and again, I think it's just, it's a real good challenge. It's really different, and I think a lot of people's strengths will then mean that they have a weakness. Like if you're a good climber, it doesn't mean that you're a good descender. And
Right.
If you're,
And
it'll
I
be
mean,
fun.
there were some of the pro folks who were in here yesterday. Daniela was like, I've never seen a course like this. This is wonderful.
Yeah.
And because it's about as pure as you can get. Nobody's going to be saying afterwards, so-and-so sat in on a bike and didn't do it. Yeah, this race is going to be a real test of you against the course.
And I think that's so important. I think, you
It's
want
a world
these events.
championship.
Yeah.
You want the best person on the podium. right?
Exactly, yeah.
So you've been a podium person here before. Is that the goal here, or what will you be happy with?
Yeah, I think, again, it's a lot will depend on my swim. So last year I was, the slowest swimmer to make the top 10. And it's one of those things that, we've really focused on it. And I hope that I'll be in kind of contention coming out the water. And top 10 and onwards is kind of, as long as I know that I execute a race. There's so many good girls out there, but if I can execute kind of to the best that I've been in training and just do my support justice.
Does it matter to you if it's wetsuit or non-wetsuit? Do you care?
I probably, because I never had my shoulder pinned, I get a little bit aggravated by a wetsuit, so probably prefer a non.
Yeah,
but
and it sort of looks that way. It
Yeah.
sort of looks like it'll be non-wetsuit, which could be a good thing.
Could
And
be
it's
good.
usually someone who didn't have a background in swimming, They're like, give me that wetsuit. I want to wear, you know.
That used to be me.
That used to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God, I got to wear a
Please do
wetsuit.
wetsuit.
Please, yeah.
Yeah.
But now that shows you have more confidence in your swimming.
Yeah.
That I don't need any silly
Go for that.
wetsuit.
Let's
I
go
can
for
go
it.
without that.
Yeah.
There's no deer that's going to hit me in the water.
True.
I don't need a wetsuit on to protect me. I like that. Thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you
And
for having me.
I look forward to seeing you race on Saturday. And do you like the women on one day and men on the other day? From
Yeah.
a pro women's side, not having the age group guys all over the place?
Yeah, I love it just for a clean, clear course, and
Yes.
Also for supporting, like to be able to go
Yeah,
out there.
you're able to go out and cheer the guys on Sunday. And
I
they're
feel
able to
sorry
cheer
for
you.
them though.
Do you?
Yeah, having to watch us first and then have their race. It's much more fun the
and
other way.
you'll be able to go out and have drinks with umbrellas in them on Saturday night.
Exactly.
Not having to worry about getting up early in the morning. You can sort of roll out there with your
Yeah.
coffee and,
Support.
watch whenever you feel like it. Love it.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
I love it. And that's Emma Pallant has been our guest. Hold on, everybody. We will be right back.